Before we get started, a couple of things. Devon wanted to make a quick announcement about the distribution of the film. Is that right, Devon?
So basically, we've gotten a lot of interest in holding screenings of the documentary in communities around the state. There's 12 screenings scheduled in places from Beloit to Eau Claire and up here, Milwaukee. And we're extending the film to anybody who wants to host a screening in their community. Just get in touch with me. My email is Devon, DEVON, at 371productions.com. DEVON, Devon. And so we can arrange a screening. That's basically the way to see the film, because it won't be necessarily distributed on like PBS or anything going forward, and you can't see it online. So yeah, that's what I want to say. Yeah, I'll leave some cards up here.
And you've got a Facebook page.
Yeah, and you can visit our Facebook page or our website. Our website is 371productions.com, and we have the full list of screenings there. We just sent out a press release about a screening tour. We're having all these screenings in the next couple months.
Thank you to all of you for coming tonight. And I would like to observe that I know from being in this particular project, doing this work, that I know many of the people in this room, and I never would have known you if it hadn't been for all of the things that we do together. And so I want to thank you very much for being part of all this. And you know, after an event like this, or during an event like this, we often think, what more can we do? And you might have noticed that there's a letter writing table outside, and we're asking people, if they can, to stop by quickly, because we're collecting these letters. They're going to be going to the EPA. The tribes are going to be taking them when they go and meet with the regional director of the EPA soon in August. And so we want to take this whole collection of letters, and basically the idea is that they are your feelings or your words on how mining discharge that would be coming off of the Penokee Range and down in through the Bad River watershed would affect you, your lives, your children, your grandchildren, the water you drink. And so, so if you could take a moment and write one of those brief messages to the EPA, it would be great. We were trying to get to as many community events as we can, but time is short, so today would be a good day to do it. We'll be here after the event, so please join us. And so without further ado, I'd like to begin. I'm going to try to take questions from all over this area, so please be patient with me. And I think the best thing to do is to, you know, you guys are sharing the mic, and you probably know best who's going to want to answer the question. So just go ahead and maybe just raise your hand or whatever.
Good evening. Yeah, it's evening, isn't it? I'm Tracy Haynes. I'm Executive Director with Wisconsin Wetlands Association. We've been doing reconnaissance work and a lot of field activities up on the project site, looking at the condition and the extent of the wetlands in the upper watershed area, and also going down and working with the tribe, looking at the estuaries in the Kakaga Slough area, and trying to look at the potential effects if they put a mine in, what are the potential implications, not only up there, but for the whole watershed.
I'm Pete Russo, the Ashland County Board Chair. My main interest in this mining that's trying to take hold in the county here is that my main job, I guess I would have to say, the county board's job, is look out for the best interest of this county. And by judging from the people here, I know where it lies. And we do everything within our power to make them have to come to the table, or try to come to the table with us here. And doggone it all, we're going to keep on working hard towards that. My good friends, the Odo girls up there, they keep me uplifted enough, so that's what it's all about.
Thanks, and I already introduced myself, of course. I also want to add about screenings. There's going to be a screening in Madeline Island and a screening in Mellon in August. I don't have the exact dates. If you go to 371productions.com, it's there. There's a screening in the works for Mercer. And also want to recognize some of the folks that were part of the film that are here. The Odavero family is here, and then some of the folks on the panel, and Connie Frankie, Dick Thede. So I want to thank you for your participation in making of the film.
Hi, my name is Charles Ortman. I'm one member of the Ashland County Board and on the Ashland County Mining Impact Committee, along with Jim Oakley. Pete's the chair. There's four other members now. I don't remember quite who they are. But I'm also on the Joint Mining Impact Committee with Jim Oakley and also with Joe Rose, who is our voting member. So we're representing our entire community, and that includes the tribes. I have to make a disclaimer for myself and my boss here. Well, we are on the county board. The opinions we express here tonight are not the county board's. Those are expressed through resolutions and ordinances. And although some board members may share our opinion, we aren't telling you what the board thinks. So, been fighting this mine. I got elected on the, I want to stop the mine. I knew I would have to do other things well. I told them I'll do the other stuff good too, but I'm running to stop this mine, and I've been elected twice, so I think there's a lot of support for stopping this stupid idea. And one of my companions in this fight has been these two gentlemen to my left, and I'll pass this.
My name is Mike Wiggins Jr. I currently serve as tribal chairman for the Bad River Tribe, and would like to rather introduce myself as a hunter, fisherman, and gatherer in the Bad River Watershed. But I'm probably responsible to introduce myself on behalf of my tribal government there. The views and things that I say tonight don't necessarily represent corporate interests that covet money over everything else. And you may find that we're not really comfortable with the idea of a mine in the headwaters of our home, and that we probably lean a little more to the side of this word that means no in our language, Gawain.
Thank you, Mike, and welcome to you all. What an audience. It demonstrates the deep, abiding conviction that citizens have in the North to protect the land they love. And I really want to thank Brad Lichtenstein from 371 and Devon, her mother is up this evening, for producing a documentary that gives voice to the sanity and the voices of the people of northern Wisconsin who dare have the convictions to preserve the land they love. It is not a sin to dedicate yourself to protecting the resources that give us life. And that really is the story that is being told in that documentary. And it has been the fight over the last 3 years in which the voices have been heard throughout the state. People throughout the state have real deep concerns about the disruption, destruction, and dissatisfaction with a company they cannot trust. They are also deeply concerned about the sad decision by the legislature to ignore their public responsibilities and cede Wisconsin government in the regulatory process to a West Virginia coal company that doesn't deserve it. No one in Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, or Florida would think for 1 second that British Petroleum should have 1 sentence of authority over deep water drilling, and neither should this West Virginia coal company have the influence it did. And that's the battle we're having today and every day from this point forward, and I'm convinced that the public will prevail in the end.